and welcome to my channel. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to see today's video. And if you're new, welcome. I am Bethany Shanae. My channel is dedicated to documenting my journey to get healthy. I have to lose well over 100 pounds. I'm going to use diet and exercise naturally to do so. I'm also trying to heal myself mentally as well as physically. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. This is never medical advice. I simply share my experience on my journey to get healthy and any tips or tricks I find along the way. So if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you give a thumbs up and you hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you and see you on the next one. So let's jump into today's video. Today is what? Sunday, March 2nd. All right, so last week I started back up on my diet and getting healthy. Right now, the goal is just start getting the weight off, get back in the groove of dieting, get back in the groove of focusing on my health. Now that all my stressors have greatly reduced, if not removed in many cases. So last week I focused on doing keto. I started out with a 2-day egg fast. So Monday and Tuesday I did an egg fast. I lost close to or around 5 pounds in those 2 days. Obviously with an egg fast, you're losing water weight. You're not going to lose 5 pounds of fat in 2 days. It's just not going to happen. Even if you do a dry fast for 2 days, you're not going to lose 5 pounds of fat. But what an egg fast does do, and which is why I like to use it as a tool so often, especially when trying to get back on my diet, is it gets you into ketosis really quickly, which gets your body adapted to or into the groove of burning fats for fuel. As well as when I'm in ketosis, my appetite is suppressed, my focus is great, my energy is through the roof, and I just always feel better when I'm in ketosis. So I decided the first 2 days I was gonna do the egg fast. I had scrambled eggs with butter, I had a couple of fried eggs, boiled eggs with mayonnaise. I even did an egg boil, like a seafood boil, you know, but with all the butter and seasonings in a pan with some hard-boiled eggs that I cut in half. That was really good. And some egg salad. Since it was only 2 days, I didn't get creative with my recipes. I just wanted to get the eggs in, you know, and I felt great at the end of it. Wednesday, I could have done it again, but I decided no, I want to get back in the swing of eating keto and carnivore things. So I had only 2 meals. I wasn't hungry. Actually, Tuesday through Friday, Tuesday till today, honestly, which is Sunday. I haven't been hungry until at least 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not that I've been trying to do that, but I just naturally haven't been. It's probably because I'm in ketosis. So Wednesday for lunch at work, I broke my fast with, it was a little over half a pound of ground beef that I just cooked up with some seasonings and some chicken broth. I ate it almost like a soup. It only had like half a cup of chicken broth in it. But yeah, I was super full off of that. I was super full. I probably drank 2/3 of a gallon of water that day. And then for dinner, I had seafood with my homemade blackened seasoning. So I just seasoned up some tilapia fillets and a few shrimp, threw them on my flat top griddle, which you'll see in this coming week's meal prep video that I'm recording after this one today. I just tossed them in my blackened seasoning, cooked them on the flat top griddle, and added a couple of fried eggs with it, and I think a little bit of cottage cheese. I did post the video of that meal on my TikTok as well as on my shorts on this channel, so be sure you check that out. The next day, I think tuna salad or something like that, and I had chicken wings when I came home for dinner. Also in my blackened seasoning. The wings I did have with some leftover cooked veggies from an old meal prep that I hadn't finished that were still good. And then Friday, I had tuna salad on chaffles for lunch, and then for dinner I just had the last bit of a beef roast and some pork chop. Had like half a pork chop, thin cut pork chop that I had left over from the night before. That's what I had instead of the tuna salad. I had tuna salad on Friday, not on Thursday. I had pork steak instead. But anyway, you get the gist. I was on 2 meals. It was meat-based keto, essentially, because I did have some veggies. And I do put about a teaspoon to a tablespoon of mayonnaise in my cottage cheese when I have it. But yeah, and then Saturday, I didn't eat until the afternoon. I went out to seafood. I got oysters and things like that. But I weighed out Saturday morning before I went out. So this past week, on top of those meals, I also didn't drink alcohol. I don't know if it's just my stress is so much lower. I did have moments of temptation. Of course, the liquor store outside my house. Oddly enough, this place has a liquor store even closer than the last, which I thought I was avoiding, but it's okay because I didn't get anything. I didn't have a beer. I didn't have anything all week. I just drank water and espresso. And then I have little flavor packets that I add to my water. Now, something that I think played a role in not only the weight loss, but also not being hungry until noon at the earliest is I have an espresso maker that I got off Amazon. I absolutely love it. I will link it down below. I'm gonna have to put a reminder on for myself to remember to do that. It was only like 40-50 bucks. So I'll prep my espresso the night before. When I get up for my alarms, I'll turn it on, and then that way I'll just chug it. I just chug it. I drink it for the energy. I drink it to get through the day. I'm not drinking it because I want to sip on a coffee. It's just serving a purpose. And then actually, if you see right up here, that bottle on top of my fridge, that's my homemade fire cider. It's mainly apple cider vinegar, but you you ferment it with a bunch of superfoods, and it helps you not get sick, things like that. It also curbs my appetite. So I start my day by chugging my espresso, which is 4 ounces of espresso because that's just what my carafe, like the size of it makes. I just make a full one. And then I have a shot, like out of a shot glass of fire cider. And I think that helps me not be hungry. I was doing it just because I don't want to get sick. But I think that's part of why I haven't been very hungry. So yeah, let's get into what you guys actually came here for, which is the results. All of those things brought me to a result of 10 pounds. Yeah, I lost exactly 10 pounds. From Sunday to Saturday, I lost 10 pounds this week. Now, is it mostly water weight? Absolutely. Is it probably clearing out things in your bowels? Most likely. But at the end of the day, if that weight counts when I step on the scale and the scale goes up, why shouldn't that weight count when I step on the scale and the scale goes down? It's still weight. So it's still getting me in the direction that I want to go. Now, is it likely that I'm going to lose 10 pounds every single week? Absolutely not. I don't even expect that. But I'm grateful for it because I'm in ketosis. I was reading at a 0.7 on my Keto Mojo on Wednesday night and only 94 glucose after having ate that day. I haven't even hit a full gallon of water a day. I've been drinking about 2/3 to 3/4 of a gallon of water a day, plus my coffee and my fire cider shots. And then part of how I get some water down is I have like little flavor packets, sugar-free ones that I add to my water. Technically, they're not carnivore, and really they're not good for you because they have a lot of maltodextrin and all that stuff in it. But for me, it's just something when I know my mouth is starting to get hungry, but my body is not hungry, I will make one of those and dilute it down, and I'll just sip on that for probably the last like hour or two of my shift, just to keep me from stopping at a drive-thru on the way home because my mouth is hungry. You know, I've had to learn what my different cues are and learn to navigate them, and that's something that I do because I feel hunger in 3 different places. I have the hunger sensation in my mouth. I have it, my mouth and my throat's kind of like all in one. I get a hunger sensation like in my esophagus or in my solar plexus, and then I have actual hunger, which is usually in my stomach or kind of like all over my body in a weird sense. I don't know how to explain it, but I've learned those different things, and now I'm able to identify, where am I feeling hungry? Is it my mouth that wants to eat? You know what I mean? Or is it my stomach is grumbling, I have hunger pains, I need to eat? And if it's just my mouth, I just add a little flavor packet, I drink it, and it really curbs my appetite. It helps me satiate that desire to eat in that moment. So, yeah, that's really our update for this week. I didn't add any exercise. I don't believe I hit 10,000 steps a single day this week. I changed no habits this week outside of what went in my mouth. I changed what I ate. I didn't eat any fast food, and I didn't drink any alcohol. And another thing that I will say that's helped me not drink is if I'm feeling like I want to take a shot, I just take a shot of apple fire cider. I mean, it's not like it has that same, like, you want to scrunch up your face when you take it because it tastes like crap. It's mostly apple cider vinegar, you know, and it burns when it goes down a little bit, and it really puts you off. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. And hey, it just keeps me from getting sick, and it's super good for your immune system. So yeah, well, anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming to see today's video. I know I ramble and I talk a little fast sometimes, but if you've been with me for a while, you're used to it, and I'm just so grateful for y'all sticking around with me. I am so glad and grateful that I lost 10 pounds this week. I cannot wait to see what this week's meal prep results will bring me. And I will, of course, keep you guys updated next week on how that goes. So I'm going to log off of here, edit this video, get it uploaded for y'all, and start this meal prep. So thank y'all so much for coming to see today's video. Again, I am Bethany Shanae, and if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and hit that bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video or a short, which is going to be a lot more often coming up soon. Yeah, and leave thumbs up, everybody. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to talk with y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.